Maybe you just got brand new hearing aids. Maybe you just left the audiologist office after a tuning session specially focused on speech in noisy environments. You're thinking to yourself, I'm going to go into a restaurant with my friends or family and I'm going to have no problem following the conversation, finally. So you walk into the restaurant, you sit down, you start chatting with your friends or family, and then you realize that you're still missing some words. The background music behind you, the clicking dishes are still overloading your hearing, and you're still missing out some of the words, and you're not following everything correctly. You're thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I just got brand new hearing aids. Or I just finished tuning my hearing aids specifically for noisy environments. So what's going on? In this video, I will explain to you exactly what is happening and why, and more importantly, I will explain to you how you can fix this right now, today. Hey everyone, my name is Guy and I'm a hearing health coach. I struggled myself with severe hearing loss and tinnitus for over a decade now. I am now applying all my knowledge and all my experience to help people just like us. So, what's actually happening? Why, even with new hearing aids or with especially tuned hearing aids for speech in noisy environments, you're still having all those challenges? Well, the truth is that it's not just about your ears, it's about your brain. You see, your hearing aids are amplifying all the sounds around you. Your brain is the one that has to separate the speech from the noise. And just like learning a new language, this takes practice. Even with hearing aids like the Phonak Sphere Infinio, which right now are arguably the best hearing aids you can get for speech in noisy environments, you're still not guaranteed to understand all the speech around you. I actually did a full review of these hearing aids, and these are the hearing aids that I use myself on a daily basis, and you can see the full review right up here. Now, while the Phonak Sphere Infinio and other AI-powered hearing aids do have an advantage, by separating speech from noise, they are trying to amplify for you just the speech and not the noise. But we have to realize that in a complex environment and very noisy and challenging environment, it's really hard to separate all speech from all noise. Think about a very busy and very noisy restaurant that has music in the background, dishes clinking, and other people speaking all around you. When you combine all these noises and sounds together, even the best hearing aids with AI will have hard time separate all the speech from all the noise. But just like learning a new language, if your brain isn't trained to process speech in noisy environment, you're just gonna struggle. I'm gonna give you an example from my own life for why this is happening. Think about the first time that you try to learn a new language. For me, I was sent to Italy for a few months to work with a team there that barely spoke English. The first time that I tried to understand and speak a new language, everything sounds like gibberish, right? You can't really separate the words from each other, and you can't really tell when one sentence ends and a different one begins. But over time, as you practice and learn the new language, now you start to recognize the words, now you start to put sentences together, and you're beginning to make sense of this new language. Your brain does the same with speech in noisy environments. And if you don't train it, it struggles. So, how do you train your brain to understand speech better? Let's go into that right now. First, I want to emphasize that all the tools I'm showing you today are free and you can access them at any given time. These websites and applications were created by Sonova, which is a parent company for Phonak. So here we are in the Hearing Success website. This is the main website that from here you can navigate to all the other tools that I'm going to show you in this video. You will see that the biggest sections are the Sound Success and the WordSuccess application. These are the two tools that I'm going to focus on the most. I'm going to show you the other tools as well, and you can look at them with more details yourself. When I launch the Sound Success tool, we'll get the following interface. When you first come to this website, you will see two options, either the Getting Started or the Up and Running. If this is your first time using this tool, make sure that you use the Getting Started. If you already use this website and you're coming back to it, then use the Up and Running. Once you're in the Sound Success section, you can see the different categories that you have on the left. You can choose a topic, for example, shopping, vacation, family life, and so on. And once you choose one of those topics, you will get exercises that are focused on this topic. Let's see the first example here. You can see it says, listen to the sentence first, then answer the question. I'm going to play this very short video, and I have to understand what she's saying and answer the question based on what she's saying. So let's play this video. And now the tool is asking me, are you ready to answer the question? And I can say yes. She stated the number 4, so I'm going to select 4. You can see that my result is good, and now I can move to the next exercise. In those examples I just played for you, you noticed there was a lot of noise in the background. You can control the level of noise right here. You can choose between no noise all the way to very loud talking or very loud noise. So let's say no noise for a second, and I'm going to continue to the next exercise.
We all get together at Christmas.
And she was talking about Christmas, but I'm going to say New Year's just to see what happens when I'm getting the wrong answer. So it says wrong, and try again. And I can either move next or I can try the same thing again. Here is the right answer, and I can repeat the topic if I want to.
We all get together at Christmas.
And let's say that now I notice what is the right answer. I can choose Christmas, and now it's okay. So basically, within that first test, this is what you have. You choose different topics so you can hear different groups of words and different kinds of terms, and you can exercise them with no noise, different level of noise, or even different kind of speakers. You can see I changed the speakers to a male speaker, and I have different speakers to choose from. I can also ask the tool to randomize the speakers for me. So if you're thinking about this tool, what you get here is different kind of people speaking, so different kind of styles. You can also get different levels of noise, and you can practice different groups of words. So this is very good to practice different kinds of people speaking in environments with different level of noise. In the next section, in the Sound Success tool, we get tasks with understanding what they are talking about and getting the detail out of what they were saying.
I have to leave the meeting early today because I have an appointment with my accountant at 5 p.m. in the city.
So in this case, you can see that the guy was saying a whole sentence, and we have to dig out of it one piece of information. You can see I have to choose the kind of appointment that this guy has. And if I heard things correctly and I choose the right answer, that means that I was doing well. Now here as well, I can introduce different level of noise. So for example, I can say loud traffic. I don't know what you guys got from that, but for me it was really hard to understand what this guy was saying. So you can see how you can challenge yourself with different types of sounds and different level of noise. In the last section of Sound Success, we really have whole conversations that again, we can change the speakers, we can change the level of noise, and we have to answer questions on the whole conversation. Now, in this example here, you can see two people speaking outdoors, and I can definitely assign a soft traffic noise to this conversation, because it really makes sense that where these guys are standing right now, outdoors, will have soft traffic noise. So I'm not going to play the whole thing right now. I'm just going to play a few seconds so you can get the point. But the exercise here is to answer questions correctly based on the whole conversation. That will train you to follow and understand the whole conversation in noisy environment.
Did you see the one?
When you finish whole sections, you will get the score of how you were doing, and you can see where you need to improve. So the next tool I'm going to show you is WordSuccess. This is actually an app that you have to install on your mobile device. Whether it's a cell phone or a tablet, both should work. This app will allow you to either use recorded voices that are already recorded in the app, or you can actually use family members or friends to read the words to you. The first thing that you will see on the top left corner is that you have a test. You want to take that test to establish a baseline, and the application will then test you based on your baseline. Let's see a quick example of the test. I'm going to click on a test right now. You see how it is giving me some instructions, and I'm going to use the recorded voices like I said, and I'm going to tell it that I'm ready to start.
Shovel.
I'm going to use shovel.
10. Keep.
You can see how every time that I choose the right word, I get a cue and I move on to the next test. I'm going to make a mistake now so you can see what happens when I make a mistake.
Africa.
It repeats the same word and move on. As I advance through the levels, the tests are going to be harder and more complex. Now let's take a real exercise so you can see what the exercises look like. And I want you to pay attention that when I do exercises, I can either do them in a quiet environment or I can simulate a noisy environment as well. Now you can see that each exercise also have levels from 1 to 9. And each exercise will get more difficult as you move between the levels. Let me take exercise number 4 as an example here. I'm going to choose level 3 of exercise 4. You can see the app is asking me how many repetitions I want to do of each exercise.
Click on the word fish and the word feet. Click on the word cave and on the word kite.
You can see again that once I click the right set of words, I get confirmation by that notification sound. Now let's turn on the noise simulation. And let's do the same exercise.
Click on the word party and the word Republican. Click on the word party and the word Republican.
You can see that at level 7, with the noise in the background, it's much harder to distinguish between the words. And with all these different exercises and with the background noise option, this is how this app is training your brain to understand speech in noisy environment. So we looked at those two different tools and we saw what they can do. I just want to quickly show you that this website has many more tools that you can try and practice with. There's a tool which is based on music and a combination of music and voices which will simulate environments where you have music playing in the background. There is another tool here that will show you different situations and different words that are spoken, and you need to recognize the right words that were spoken to you. So this is a situational exercise. And you can see that there are other tools here. There are different educational sections here. And like I was saying before, there are also communities you can connect with, so you can connect with people that are having the same challenges as you. So all in all, excellent website with so many tools to help you with auditory training. The more you do this, and you need to do this like a few times a week or a couple of times a week, so your brain will continue to train. And the more you do this, you will see that in real life situation, you will be able to follow and understand conversation in noisy environments. Hearing challenges are not just about hearing. Many people feel isolated because they can't follow conversations or they can't experience social life like they want. If this feels like you, I really recommend that you join the online support groups that they have on that website. This will allow you to connect with others that are going through the same challenges as you. You can share experiences, get advice, and feel like you're part of a community. Trust me, it's really important to know that you're not alone in this struggle. By the way, if you are looking for new hearing aids, check the link in the description below for the best deals on over-the-counter and prescription hearing aids that you can get right now. Now that you understand what is happening and why you are having challenges understanding speech in noisy environment, the best thing that you can do is start training today. In the video description below, I included the links to all the things that we covered today. If you found this video helpful, please share it with other people that can benefit from it. And if you want to dive a little bit deeper, or if you're struggling with tinnitus as well, then check the video description below for other resources that can be very beneficial for you. I would really love to hear from you guys how this auditory training is working out for you. Please use the comments below to share your feedback and share your experience.